Mapei, and this is my semester project. The question I wanted to ask was, can I use strength training to improve endurance performance? Why does this question pertain to me? I am primarily somebody who does resistance training. I'm very interested in endurance training. I like to run. It betters my health, but I am not very good at running. So it's a question that I wanted to ask. I do know that recreational runners see most improvements, just the physiological aspects, but we'll see if that holds up. And then, is one better at helping the other? So is endurance training better at helping resistance? And then is resistance better at helping endurance performance? We'll see that in this presentation. Lactate threshold is a point during exercise where there's a systematic increase in blood lactate concentration. This is where ATP generation is primarily produced more through anaerobic means rather than aerobic. It is millimoles per liter, and it's an important measure of endurance performance and can be used to calculate exercise intensity. And then VO2 max is the max rate of oxygen consumption. It is ml/kg per minute. And then it's not an indication of performance on its own, but it's a good measure of exercise intensity, and a lot of studies use it to collect data of their subjects. The first article is the effects of strength training on endurance performance and muscle characteristics. It was 21 female trained cyclists. There was a control and a resistance training group. It lasted for 12 weeks. Lactate threshold and VO2 max were assessed. And then a 1-hour cycle test was also performed to assess endurance performance. And then before and after 12 weeks, muscle samples were taken by needle biopsy to assess the characteristics. And then the results, the 1 rep max increase in resistance training, no change in enzyme activity, no change in muscle characteristics, no changes in the 1-hour cycling test, no changes in lactate threshold, and no change in VO2 max. And then the second article, effects of a concurrent strength and endurance training on running performance and running economy in recreational marathon runners. It was 2 groups, endurance and strength, uncontrolled 6 months endurance training prior, and then 8 weeks of endurance and strength training. The endurance load was determined by the individual's ability. The strength was lower limbs, 4 sets, 3 to 5 reps. And then the upper limb was 3 sets, 20 to 25 reps to focus on endurance for the upper body and then strength for lower body. The measurements were pre and post test. They were measuring body mass, isometric force, VO2 max, blood lactate, stride length, stride frequency, and ground contact time. And then there is no change in body mass. Only peak torque and leg extensors increased significantly. VO2 max increased significantly, but no difference between the groups. Stronger improvements in the strength group for blood lactate, and then VO2 in relation to VO2 max decreased in endurance strength training and then increased in just endurance. And then stride length decreased in endurance, and stride frequency increased in endurance, but did not change in the strength training. And so the answer, the results from both of these articles has helped me conclude that small resistance training will have little to no effect on endurance performance. Too much resistance training could have negative effects. The positive effects resistance training may have on endurance is usually most prevalent in beginners.